Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be making for you our Cascade Forest Soap. This soap is in collaboration with the Cascade Forest Conservancy group located here in the Washington State area. They are a really cool organization that actually approached us, and it's what prompted this collection in the first place to do some micro collaborations with other companies and with this Conservancy group that was kind of near and dear to our hearts. The fragrance we used is called Blue Man from Bramble Berry. It's one that we'd used in the past, and we actually called it Cascade Forest, I think is what it ended up being called. And it was just like a sample fragrance we had purchased and wasn't too sure about how the fragrance was going to work in soap, and we were so pleasantly surprised with how it worked that we couldn't wait to bring it back, but we weren't sure where it fit in our collection. And so when the Cascade Forest Conservancy group approached us, we thought this is the perfect opportunity to bring this back. I was a little hesitant about this fragrance, and some of the comments on the Bramble Berry website also say this, is that they weren't sure how the scent would translate to a soap product. I personally think the fragrance oil smells a little bit like maple syrup or something along those lines, but when you put it into the soap and it goes through that saponification process, it totally transforms, and it is nice and woodsy and spicy. There's some patchouli in there, which I love, and also that creaminess that the Tonka brings to the fragrance. I am obsessed with it. It is leaning a little more autumnal than spring summer, but that is okay because we are, as hard as it can be to believe, we are nearing the fall season already, so this fits perfectly. For the design, I wanted to take inspiration from trees because this is benefiting a forest conservancy group. So I was going with brown, 2 colors of brown, and that is because this fragrance oil does discolor to a brown color. And you will see on the thumbnail of this video that it discolors to dark brown, and I totally forgot about that. So while this design that I'm doing now is super amazing and super cool, and we'll still go through the whole thing, the soap discolored to dark brown, and it is almost impossible to see the design that I did, but that's okay because replace this with a fragrance that doesn't discolor, and this would be an amazing like wood grain inspired soap. So I have 2 different shades of brown, one lighter, one darker, and I am just doing alternating pours from the 2 containers, and I had about equal amounts of soap batter in these 2 containers. And we'll just speed up the camera a little bit because once you've seen one kind of pour, you've seen them all. I should have remembered that this fragrance oil discolored to a dark brown, and it's got to be because there's some sort of vanilla percentage in here, and there is. I'm looking at the Bramble Berry website as I am doing voiceover for this, and there's 4.9%, which, if you don't know, vanilla in soap, at least if it has vanillin in it, it will cause your soap, at least cold process soap, to discolor to brown. The higher the amount, the darker the brown tone. This is a similar kind of process to when you cut an apple and it turns brown, that like oxidization happens. So when you see a vanilla soap that is not brown, there's probably not actually any sort of vanillin content in it, or they used a vanilla stabilizer, which I have never personally tried, but I've gotten conflicting feedback about if it actually works or not, and I don't care that much. We just make our designs work with that discoloration. For the top of the soap, I am going to go in with my chopstick and do a big swirl. So very similar to a wood ring, like when you cut a log or something. That's what I was going for inspiration for the top of this soap. But I did sprinkle on a little bit of bronze mica to kind of add a little bit of glitz and glamour, because I knew this was a brown soap, so it's not terribly exciting, not remembering that it discolored to as dark brown as it actually did. I'll then clean up the edge with my chopstick, spritz this with some rubbing alcohol, put the lid on it, and tuck it away for 24 hours, and then it is time to unmold and slice up. And kind of in theme with this cursed collection, the camera was way too far zoomed in when I took this out of the mold, so I removed that from this video, and I realized it like halfway through unmolding when I looked at my little screen, so we don't get to see that because it was not nice. It wasn't a good angle or anything like that. But you can kind of see that like ring design a little bit. I think if I would have done smaller pores but more pores, it would have looked even more like a wood grain effect in the slab. Kind of funnily enough, I did this soap first, and then Zach did our collaboration with Davisville Woodworks second, and we did almost the same technique in almost the same colors. Zach did little tiny like pores like this, but just like 9 of them in the slab, and I only did one big one, and you'll see this in the video that's posted after this, but it kind of has a similar effect, just on a smaller scale, which the one on the smaller scale I think looks even a little bit better. It also didn't discolor to dark brown, so you can kind of appreciate the colors and the work that went in on the design. I will put up a picture on the screen too of what the soap looks like, so you don't have to look at the teeny tiny thumbnail to see it. But that is it. That is our Cascade Forest Soap, which is made in collaboration with the Cascade Forest Conservancy group located here in Vancouver, Washington. This soap, along with all of our others, will be for sale starting August 1st, online and in person at rainbrocrafts.com. If you want to get soaps or candles or bath bombs sent to your house each and every month, check out our website for more details on how to become a subscriber. They make this channel possible, and we send them goodies as a thank you for that. Thank you to all of our subscribers on the screen now. We appreciate each and every one of you and what you make us be able to do. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below, what's your favorite tree? I know that's kind of an obscure question. Also subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon so you can get notified when we release new videos. Thanks. Bye.